Hi, it's Adam Phillips here. We're now at step 4 of the 7 steps to a successful financial year in real estate investing. So we've now got some really good financial advice from the last step. You might have seen an accountant or some type of financial advisor. Got to make sure they're qualified in what they do. And then we might have a bit of a plan in place. We know some strategies that are going to suit our personal circumstances. Now we're going to go ahead and get some more education because this advice that you've been given, now want to put a bit more of a plan in place, want to go and learn as much as we can, go and get mentored. And when you're learning things, you want to make sure that you're always learning from someone who has done what it is that you want to do. So if you want to go ahead and build some, large real estate portfolio, if you want to be a developer, if you want to be a renovator and flip, there's different people that you can learn from, and you really want to learn from people who have actually done what it is that you want to do. It's going to make all the difference. When it comes down to, negotiating the properties, knowing the steps, knowing the moves that you need to make. If you're following someone who's done it, you're going to have a lot more success than listening to people who are teaching you things that really haven't followed through the steps themselves. So we've been given advice on what sort of strategies might suit our personal circumstances. Now we're going to go and learn a little bit more about each one of these. So I've listed some of the common ones here. So we've got buy and hold in growth areas, one of the most common ways and the easiest ways to invest. And if you're investing for the long term and in the right areas, the right strategy, that is going to be a really good way to invest. Do you want to invest for positive cash flow? Do you want to have, really good cash flow coming in to offset maybe some of those properties that the cash flow isn't quite there just yet? Do you want to buy properties and renovate them? And then when you finish renovating, do you want to sell the property? People refer to this as flipping. Or do you want to keep the property and then pull some equity out of that property so then you can go and buy another one? Do you want to do a subdivision, buying a house, with a big enough block of land or even a block of land on its own and cutting that into smaller pieces, releasing some equity or selling that off to, maybe a developer or someone who wants to build houses on that property. Dual occupancy or duplexes, having, one home and basically either turning that one home into two homes, which is going to give you really good cash flow, or even building a second home on that property. Development, another massive one. Maybe a small development of some townhouses. Who knows? Maybe some high-rise apartments for you one day. But these are some of the really common strategies that you can learn. There's plenty more out there, land and a whole range of other ones too. So where are some of the places you can go and learn all this sort of stuff? Here's a list here. There's 1,000 other places, but we've got seminars. Quite hard to do that in a coronavirus pandemic at the moment, but one day seminars will be held again. At the moment, you've got tons and tons of webinars to choose from. Heaps of really good webinars out there. Maybe some sort of membership, giving you some really good information on different strategies. These are retreats. Retreats is a great one because you're going to be, away for maybe 5 days, 5 nights, meeting like-minded people and just learning, a whole bunch of stuff. Podcasts is an awesome one. There's so many good podcasts out there relating to real estate, investing, and all sorts of other things. Books, magazines, network meetings, because you never know, you might meet your next JV partner that you're going to do deals with in the future. Different sort of websites, forums, blogs, vlogs. There's just a ton of way that you can learn more and more about real estate investing. One of the great ones there, Google. You can Google basically anything about real estate investing. There's going to be a whole bunch of things that pop up. That is an awesome resource. So, as we can see, there's lots of amazing ways to learn about real estate investing. It's just like learning to put the pieces of a jigsaw puzzle together, just like the boy in the video here. So if you want to put your family in a position where money is no longer a concern, you need to go out there and educate yourself about real estate investing, about the strategies, about the sort of plans you can have in place, about, all the benefits that we can have when we're looking long-term in the future. So I hope you've got a lot out of today. We're going to go to step 5 tomorrow, and we're going to get closer and closer to implement these plans and what we've learned here. So I'll see you tomorrow.